Welcome back into Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery on Locked On Sports Atlanta. We appreciate you being a part of the show. We ask you to head over to YouTube and find us over there. Just put Locked On Sports Atlanta in your browser. Find us, hit the subscribe button, be a part of the growing community. Leave us a review. Tell us what you think. Give us a comment on our shows. And, of course, give me a follow on my personal Twitter page. That would be at JMCH316. Not a good day up in Gotham for the Braves. We talked yesterday on the show. That was such a good win for the Braves and a much needed win. And Fried went out and did what he had to do. Then yesterday, you lose a doubleheader. Now today becomes must win for the Atlanta Braves. Good news is you only use 4 pitchers in a doubleheader. You got 2 good starts. I mean, not great for Charlie Morton, but good enough. And he kind of labored through. But your offense couldn't come through and you couldn't get some things done. Now, want to give you a couple of quick numbers here because I did have an issue with what happened in game 1. So on this road trip, which is the 3 in Texas and so far the 3 games that you've played with the Mets, Albies, Ozuna, and Duvall are 8 for 66 with 15 strikeouts on this road trip. In fact, Ozuna, since the start of last year, is only hitting .217 with 11 home runs and 316 plate appearances. It's been a struggle offensively. This was my problem yesterday. We knew Ronnie wasn't going to play in game 1, but was going to play in game 2. Not going to play back-to-back games and stuff like that. And most likely, I would assume, he's not going to play today either, because they also said as part of these rules that Ronnie's not going to play a day game that comes after a night game. So today's a day game, getaway day, so he probably won't play. But last night in the 5-4 first game, there was an opportunity in the 9th for him to pinch hit. I think it was for Heredia that he would have come in and pinch hit for. And he didn't. And Snitker said after the game, when asked about it, that he wasn't available, that we're sticking to our plan and this, that, and the other. Now, I understand Snitker's position, and he's doing what the organization and what the medicals and all that are saying out there. But are you telling me that Ronald Acuna Jr. couldn't take an at-bat in a game? That was a chance in an important game when your team is struggling, you're down by 1. Because here's the funny part. Ronnie starts game 2, right? Leadoff double. First at bat, right? Leadoff double. And you're thinking to yourself, damn, I would like to have had that in the last game when they were only down a run and you're trying to get after them. He couldn't have pinch hit. And I'm not asking Ronnie to play in back-to-back games. I'm not asking him to go out in the field. You could have subbed him in the field for somebody else. I mean, hell, in the old days when the pitchers hit, you had guys that came up for an at-bat and hit for the pitcher, and everybody moved on. You mean to tell me that right now he's so much in bubble wrap? And I know the theory, we're waiting for a year before we get into him playing every day. I get that. And Snitker had this whole thing about, well, he had to get in the cage. Get in the cage. It's Ronald Acuna Jr. He's 22 years old. Grab a bat and go hit. Grab a stick, go swing the stick. Go whack it all around, Ronnie. Here's your practice swings. Bada beep, bada boop, bada bop. There you go. Let's go. Couldn't get an at-bat in an important game. And I know I'm not trying to overblow what that was yesterday, but you are getting to a point of, okay, we're in the first week of May. You lose today, you're 8 getting. Now is must win. There's no doubt about it. You got to start winning. You got to at least split with the Mets, or you're 8 back. And you got 3 teams ahead. I mean, again, this whole idea that we just flip a switch and all that. Well, hell, if that was that easy, wouldn't everybody do that? Wouldn't everybody just flip a switch and start hitting and pitching and all this kind of stuff? And what happens if the Mets are good? What happens with Scherzer and DeGrom that they end up being good this year? Well, then what happens? Because to be honest with you, the division for the last few years has been dog snot. You've had a bunch of Philadelphia Phillies, gutless. The Mets, gutless. The Marlins stink. The Nationals stink. You've been able to overcome that because you ain't anybody good in your division. What if the Mets are good this year? And the fact that last night that they couldn't get Ronnie an at bat at the end of the game, I'm not asking him to hit in the first inning and play 9 more innings. I'm not asking him to go out in the field even for a bottom of an. I'm asking grab a bat, walk up to home plate, swing the bat, let's see what happens. He was going to play and start for 9 innings 40 minutes later. Right? I mean, the game literally 40 minutes apart. He's going to go out there. How much in the cage and in this and in the dugout? How much of all this prep work did he have then? You mean to tell me that you had to physically get him ready for an at bat, knowing that he's about to play anyway? He didn't already have a sweat broken or anything. I mean, again, I understand the health and I understand the long game, but we're talking about a very narrow focused thing. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about this narrow focused. Give me an AB. Are you telling me, let's just say he went up there and hacked at 3 pitches, swung and missed, walked back to the dugout, that he was done for the day? That he couldn't, that's it for Ronnie, man. We wore him out. We were going to start him in right field and play him for 9 innings and let him get 4 hacks at it, but that one AB took it all out of him. Well, Chuckery, anything could happen. He might have gotten hurt. Okay, he could get hurt walking up the dugout steps. He could get hurt grabbing a ham and egg sandwich, in the clubhouse. He could get hurt, slip on a bar of soap in the shower. Come on. I get health, but I need common sense. I'm trying to win baseball games right now. And if I think I can steal an at bat with Ronnie and maybe, look, he doesn't do anything, so what? They lose anyway. But shouldn't I fire off some of my bullets in my gun? And on one hand, Snitker holds back Max Fried to pitch in New York, but then we can't use Ronnie for an at bat. Come on. That's all. I'm not asking for him to go out and do all this stuff. I just wanted a simple AB. Grab a bat out of the rack, go up and give me a few hacks. And who knows? All right, he homers, ties the game. You put another fielder in. Put Arcia or whatever in the field. Hell, I don't care. Put Contreras. Whatever you got to do. Just do something with it. But I'm trying to win baseball games. And while I understand this big picture, I need a little bit of this. I need a little bit of time and situational and the moment that you're in. I just thought it was kind of crazy. Not mad at Snitker because this is what the medicals want. And this is what the front office wants out there. But it seems crazy that we couldn't grab a bat out of the rack, make a few cuts, and see what happens from there. All right, when we get back, I think Travis Schlenk is primed and ready. And I thought some of his comments yesterday were interesting in talking about this team. I'll explain all that next. It's Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery on Locked On Sports Atlanta.